Hi, y'all. I'm A.
And I'm B. And
welcome to A and B Conversation. Well, I'm Adrienne Van, and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. And I've been in San Antonio for almost 9 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. And I have a day job, but I also have about 4 other jobs. I'm an entrepreneur. And in at least 3 of those other businesses, my partner in crime is Miss B. Michelle.
What up, everybody? This is B. Michelle, the brand coach. This is our first episode of A and B Conversation. So I'm super excited. So Adrienne came up with this because I told her, like, hey, look, my hands are full. I got a lot going on. But I think we do have fun together and we talk about so much, like so many different things. So I was like, hey, why not take this to the world?
Yeah, we wanted to share it.
Share all this glory with everyone. So I hope that you guys enjoy our podcast and tune in every week.
Follow us and ask us questions. We do have a portion of the show where you can ask us questions. So if you want to email us at the letter A, the word A-N-D, B-E-E, conversation1@gmail.com, and just ask us questions and we will try to answer them.
And then you can tell us about your shenanigans too. So all the stuff that we talk about, feel free to add to it because this is A and B Conversations. See your way in. So we want you guys to participate in the podcast. So you're going to hear a lot about us as entrepreneurs. So I'm a full-time entrepreneur. So as a brand coach, I help small businesses, nonprofits, and organizations brand themselves through event planning, graphics, coaching and consulting. And so, y'all just don't know the stuff that come across my eyes and ears. It's interesting. So we'll be sharing some of that stuff with you guys as well. So if you have questions or about business related stuff, just regular life, shenanigans.
And we're both single, dating questions, anything. Yeah, y'all want to ask us out? Go ahead. Shoot your shot.
I know, right? You can hop up in that DM on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on A and B Conversation
on Instagram.
But no, we're super excited about the first episode. So we're going to get into it.
All right.
So what we talking about today?
So let's start off talking about things that make us proud. And we are black and proud and excellent and magical. And so let's talk about some things that happened this week here in the city. In
the spirit of I'm black and I'm proud. So you have to actually follow us on YouTube as well or watch the video. So I have on my Hey Black Girl, You Can Do Anything t-shirt that I got from Michelle Roche. So shout out to Michelle. I think it's Roche, right? Yeah, that's how you pronounce her name. So she made this shirt. Well, she sells the shirts. So it's like, yes, Black Girls. So here's our nod to I'm black and I'm proud. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened
this week in our city.
This week in San Antonio.
So in San Antonio, we are black people are less than 7% of the population.
Well, I think it might have been increased a little bit.
What? Are we 7.5, 7.2 now?
I think we made it to 9 possibly.
What? Yeah. Then a bunch of people must have moved here.
Yes, a bunch of people.
A bunch
of people from California have.
So this week, we had the MLK March.
Yes.
And San Antonio has the largest march in the country.
Who'd have thunk it?
And it is so beautiful. Everybody comes out. It is so beautiful to see over 300,000 people out, and everybody's just got good vibes. There's no drama. Everything is beautiful.
You're right. That's the one. So this is the one day in the city where SAPD chilling. They will not be using any handcuffs. Doing anything.
But everybody's just happy.
Right. Everybody is happy
great.
At the march. Yes, over 300,000 people, is a lot. And I think it's really grown, but I know the numbers always sit at about 300,000. But who'd have thought San Antonio? I promise you, I moved here in 2013. So almost almost 6 years ago, a little bit less than 6. So I never knew that San Antonio had the largest, and they've had the largest march for some time.
Yeah.
So I never even knew prior to moving here that they did. So I was like, it's really cool. So it was funny because my mom is here visiting, for the winter. She balling like that. She on housewife status. So they can move around. So she was like, I want to go. And so she really had a good time and enjoyed it. So I was glad that, because she didn't know either. So I don't really think a lot of people in America really know that San Antonio has the largest march.
Well, we had the MLK Commission put on an amazing program.
They did.
And Sean King, the activist, was the keynote speaker. He was very inspiring.
I'm mad I missed him.
It was really good. I was
walking down the street.
To that note, we also have Dream Week.
Yes.
And Dream Week is a summit that we have here in the city, and there's different events. And every year we host an event.
Yes, we do.
And it's just to celebrate. You know, we do a networking event every month together, but our Dream Week event is always bigger, and it's just to celebrate
diversity,
unity. Yeah. It's always young entrepreneurs, and I love that every year it's new people, and it's not just all our friends. Even though this year it was a lot of our friends turned out.
It was great. But so this year was our 5th year, and I think that. I don't know. Last year was good. Okay, so I don't even know how to really say which one was the best, because I felt like last year
it was good.
It was good.
It was good. The band was good. Shout out to the experience.
Shout out to the experience. Yes.
But I feel like our DJ were off the chain. It was so
hold up. So when I told DJ Dope, I was like, look, we going straight 90s. I said it's my party, and I do what I want to do. But so I pretty much got to live vicariously through this networking event, which probably was wrong on so many levels. I don't know, but I've been wanting a 90s party for a while, like a really good one. So I was like, all right, since we got a DJ, we playing nothing but old school 90s music the whole.
Because that was a great time for music.
That was a great time for
all
music.
Across the board. The hip hop was awesome. R&B was great. It was a great time.
So for music. So he played Where Them Dollars At though. Where Them Dollars At. Because it's a fundraiser. So here's the other thing. So this mix is a fundraiser for our nonprofit, the Dream Big Scholarship Fund, which you can find on Facebook. And we're not on IG yet, but definitely have a Facebook page. So go by and like the Dream Big Scholarship Fund Facebook page. Show us a little love. You want to donate, hit the donate button. So the whole premise of the organization is to provide scholarships and to be able to help in the community and the education, because I was a teacher in my other life for 20 years. So I always, definitely want to make sure we're giving back to the kids and helping promote education. But yeah, so I was like, okay, it was 150 people there.
Well, it was 100. When I looked at the registration around 2:30,
it sold out.
It was over 150 people.
Yeah.
It was like 160, 170 when I looked at 2:30.
Well, yeah, that's because
I feel like they all showed up.
I know, right? But look, they showed up plus some, honestly. Yep. So I think it was probably really well over 150 people that came, but definitely 150 plus people registered, plus some people bought ads in
our book,
in the souvenir book as well. But people are still talking about
what a good time they had.
Because
it was a bomb party.
It really was.
Awesome.
So there was some networking. Some networking did take place. So there were people networking.
So I think that we're going to talk about the networking. That's going to segue into this week's shenanigans. So let's talk about that, Miss B. Let's talk about the shenanigans that occurred.
So we done moved from I'm Black and I'm Proud to drama real fast.
Yeah, to some shenanigans.
To some shenanigans. So there's always some shenanigans no matter what. So one of our lovely attendees, so here's the thing. I was being the hostess with the mostest.
We always are very accommodating.
Yes.
We're also, if you know us as people, we are very generous with our resources, with our time.
Yes.
And we're always happy to help other entrepreneurs.
Right.
That's what I do every day. That's my job.
Right.
To support and advocate for entrepreneurs. But we are very, very generous people, like I said, with our resources and time. Yeah, but you cannot be rude.
No, you cannot. So one of our lovely guests, so this was some shenanigans, which we heard about at the end. So I didn't even know what was happening.
I heard about it during.
Okay, you did?
But I didn't know what I could do about it at the time. I did not want to make it about the rude person.
Right, okay.
So I wanted to I was having such a lovely time. It was so much fun. So I didn't want to take anything away from that by bringing attention to somebody who didn't know how to act.
Right. So I didn't hear about it until it was over. But the fact that I'm still hearing about it, like, almost 2 weeks later. So basically what happened was one of our attendees got out a pencil and a pad of paper, a notebook, and started going around asking people
rudely and
aggressively asking people to put their email address on the notebook. And some people were really taking it because, I mean, we have some really close people. And so
we have great supporters.
Yeah, we have great
friends. We have really great friends. And I think that's a testament to who we are as people, that we have such an awesome support system.
Yeah.
And that's how we even found out that this happened. Right. Because our support system.
Oh, they were shutting it down. What I heard, they was like, so apparently the guy was like, hey, I'm having an event that's going to be much better than this one. So first of all, what makes you think that it's okay for you to go to somebody's event and tell their guests that, hey, put your name on my email list, I'm going to invite you to an event and I want to do it better than the one you had. First of all, the one that you had is popping. So let's get that straight. Number one. We had the Purple Pig catering. You ate hella good. Because I love the Purple Pig. Shout out to Dimitri and Sharice. So you ate hella good. We had $5 drinks at the bar all night. Literally all night. You could have won trips. So we had tickets to Fantasia. You could have won a trip to Mexico.
Gift bags from the Spurs.
We had Spurs gift. Like, we had a ton of stuff.
We had our custom beer chalices. Right. Shout out to Otley Media. Yes. Shout out to Gary King. Thank you for our glasses.
That mixer was off the chain on so many levels. And I mean, obviously DJ Casper and DJ Uncle Dope did a fabulous job, like keeping the party popping. The network
well beyond the end of the beyond our cutoff time.
Right.
Beyond.
I'm just trying to figure out how you gonna do a better event than this.
Especially when you just moved here.
Right, you just got here. So player, I think you might want to get somewhere and sit down.
Pump your brakes.
Right. Cause I hate to say it, but like, you better Google me. Like, understand this.
I know who we are.
Because like, you just don't roll up. I told his frat brother, I was like, you don't know, I got a long reach. I only use it when I have to. He said, you got them boys from around the way. I said, yeah. If need be. I said, I got some cousins that ain't got nothing to lose.
They only got one strike.
They
handle it.
Look, I said, I got some people from Chicago. They don't have nothing to lose. They might not mind making that 12-hour drive. But no, like, in all seriousness, like, for real, like, you don't go to somebody else's event and do that. Like, when you could have, like, so here's the thing. He actually came up to me. So I didn't know all this was happening. So he did come up to me and was like, hey, can I give you some feedback? I'm like, bruh, how you got feedback already? The event is popping. So I was like, sure, whatever. So he was like, a lot of people don't know each other here, and what about some name tag?
You should have said we should have name tag. You don't know anybody,
right?
You don't know anybody.
You're right, but I didn't say that because
our people showed up and showed out, so.
Right? So I wasn't going to say. I didn't say that to him. So I just listened to him and I was like, well, hey, this event is a little bit different. I said, if you want a name tag, come to the Connections Networking Mixer.
February 7th. The Aloft Hotel.
And you'll get a name tag. We have custom name
6
tags
to 8
that we print out. So it's 150 plus people here. It's meant for just hanging out and being social. So you're not getting a name tag, my friend. But I listened to him, it was going to say, no, this is not that type of event for it. But apparently, two of our good friends also told him the same thing while he was going around. They handled him
because he was just really rude.
Yeah, he was rude.
And very aggressive and, talking trash about our event. And, yeah.
Like, so if you want, there's some video up. I think you go to the Dream Big Scholarship Fund page and on my page, you guys can check it out. I think I did post a video.
So much fun.
It was so much fun. So I'm just like, just don't do it. It's not a good look. And as a grown man, it's not becoming.
Especially when you're insulting two women.
Right.
That's just not a good look.
Even in general. And
that's never a good look.
It's never a good look. And I I don't even care if it was a guy. If it was you just don't go.
Or another, even if it's another woman, you don't go somewhere where you don't know anybody,
right?
And be rude,
right? So it's like because I went to the salon and I got to get my hair washed, and Alicia was like, "Hey, like, what was up with the emails?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And you know what? We didn't get any emails from him, so he didn't ask us for our information.
No, he didn't. But I would have shared. Like,
I would have gave him my email address if he wanted to contact me. And I would have
probably shared the list with him. Had he asked, but he went about it how he went about it. But here's the thing: as a brand coach, so this is the main issue for me, especially somebody that does this for a living. Number one, we do not. It was just a mess, and people felt uncomfortable. And as a brand, we don't want people thinking that if they come to our events, they're going to be harassed. Because that's definitely not what happens. So that's my issue is that people felt uncomfortable and he was being rude to people. And that was an event that we put together.
And I don't think he understood it.
Right.
That was his introduction for his brand.
Right.
To all these people that he didn't know.
Right.
So he didn't. So why would you want your introduction of your brand to be negative and trying to steal shine away from two really sparkly people?
I know, right? Because we are
so sparkly.
that's Adrian with this.
So shiny.
She loves to sparkle in the bling, as you guys will find out. So enough of him and that, but
we're not going to ever speak of it again. That's enough.
Well, I got to speak of it one word. I'm actually going to call him though, and be like,
"Ciao, bye. I'm done." I hope he sees this. I hope he sees it.
But I'm gonna call him because I just think that he needs to understand like how, because too many people have said it like after the fact. So obviously that left an impression on them.
And well, like I said, that's the impression that he made.
Yeah.
That's what people, because I don't even know what he does. I couldn't tell you what he does.
Me neither.
But I do know he's rude.
Right. And so nonetheless, the Dream Big Networking Mixer was probably the best event during Dream Week, if you ask me.
It was my favorite event.
It was my favorite. So not to toot our own horn or nothing. But no, there were really some good events during Dream Week. So Dream Week was definitely a great time in the city.
It's Black Fiesta it's like Black Fiesta.
Like Black Fiesta. So if you guys are not familiar with San Antonio, has this thing called Fiesta, which takes place for about 2 weeks, I think, right?
In April.
April, and this
it's like 10 days.
Yeah, so it's honoring Hispanic culture and heritage. So it's kind of like, Dream Week is kind of like our Black Fiesta. So we get to be I'm Black and I'm proud for 2 weeks in January. So, but talking about events.
Well, let's take a break first. Let's take a break before we move on to our next story. Let's take a little break and give a shout out to our sponsor.
Yes.
So our sponsor is the city.
So they have this awesome website, isthecity.com, for business owners that you can put your business on.
For free. And your events. So we have a wall of they have a wall of flyers.
Yeah, we have the great wall of flyers. So this is the thing. No matter what city you live in, you can utilize. It's like the Facebook for business owners. Is what it is. But our sponsor has a great little. They're going to give us a little plug.
We're back. So let's talk about I don't know if you got a chance to watch one of the two documentaries that came out this week about the Fyre Festival.
No, I have not seen it
Okay.
yet.
So this was so completely astonishing to me. What happened was, about a year ago, Billy McFarland decides he's going to have a music festival. Billy McFarland is an entrepreneur, and he's in his mid to late 20s. And his first business was called Magnesis. Magnesis was like a credit card for millennials. Gotcha. And you got like little specialists in New York, and you got special privileges like events and things like that, discounts to ticket concerts. So Magnesis also starts to be a little shady.
Oh, really?
At this point, Billy decides he needs another source of income. Wow. So he comes up with this app called Fyre.
Okay.
But he spells it Fyre. All right. And so he gets Ja Rule to help market this.
Not Ja Rule.
Yes, Ja Rule. After Ja Rule just got out of jail, y'all.
Okay.
When this happened, he had just got out of jail.
Wow.
And so Billy McFarland and Ja Rule are the face of this Fyre festival. So Billy goes to this island, and he decides, I'm going to have this music festival. He's never done one before.
What?
So what he does is he hires a marketing company, and he gets all these influencers to put an orange triangle on their Instagram. And he starts promoting this festival. So he makes it seem like it's going to be Coachella on steroids.
Off of orange triangle?
Off these orange squares. On Instagram, right?
Okay.
So Billy defrauded these people out of $27.4 million.
What?
Girl, this is white privilege at its finest. He didn't have no reason.
Ooh.
He had no track record to show why they need to give him this money.
So he had never done this.
He had never done it before.
A music festival ever, and it's like not worked on one.
Nope. And so
nothing.
No. And so the first documentary I watched was on Netflix. But it was produced by the people he had hired to market it. So basically they were covering their butts. They're covering their asses. So I think that's why they did that documentary. The one that's on Hulu interviews Billy McFarland. Now they did have to pay him.
So Hulu had to pay him to interview him while he in jail.
I think they got him before he went to jail. Because he is in jail now for 6 years for fraud and money laundering and wire transfers. So what he did was, he made a promo video. And he got all these supermodels on a yacht and made it just look great. But basically, that's all he had. He says this island is Pablo Escobar's private island. This island has no plumbing. It has no plumbing, has no infrastructure, doesn't have any structures. So he puts these mock-ups of these luxury cabanas and you can rent these houses. So the tickets started at $1,000.
Who paid $1,000?
So he had a package up there for $250,000 to stay in this villa.
How many of them did he sell?
He sold it. He sold out.
$250,000 package?
Yes, he sold out. So that included you were going to go on this private jet.
Oh.
So
See, Billy, I got to holler at Billy so I can figure out how he did.
He tried. But so most of the things that he did to promote this, you could have Googled and saw that it was crap like that. So once he did hire people to help him, and they were telling him, you can't do this. So once people started telling him, you can't do this, he just fired them. So he had somebody tell him, this island don't have any infrastructure. So he moves it to another island. But he doesn't really promote that he's moved it to this island that's inhabited.
So he got these people coming to...
Yeah, to this festival. So he messed over the people on the island. The documentary shows this woman that owns like the one restaurant on the island.
Man.
And so he had her feeding all these people, but he's not paying her. He ended up owing the day laborers that he got to build some of these shelters and the stage $2.5 million in unpaid wages. So he messed over the island, the people of the island. So the day comes for this festival, because it's supposed to be like April 2018. So the day comes, and these people get on these planes, and, they were shown these...
So how many people actually came?
I can't remember how many actually showed. I think it was like maybe 5,000 is what he sold. And he did things like, when he started running out of money, he goes, just post another package. So he posted a package for $38,000.
What?
He goes, somebody will buy it to pay for the water. And then we have to pay for his bottled water. So once these people, and I think it was a couple of thousand people show up, he holds them on the beach. and he has a DJ playing loud music because there's nowhere for them to go. He doesn't have the housing. He doesn't have the lodging at all. He doesn't have anywhere for them to go. So these fancy cabanas that they were shown, they're like Coachella, these luxury tents, they were FEMA tents.
Stop it.
They were FEMA tents, and it started to rain, and so they were wet, and then
oh my gosh,
excuse me, there wasn't enough food, so people started panicking, and they just started looting and like stealing stuff and stealing the toilet paper and stealing the water, and they just started losing their mind.
Yeah, I'd have been mad.
So what got him started was these orange squares on Instagram, these influencers. So these people gave him all this money based on these supermodels, because the supermodels who were in his little video were posting it as well.
Oh.
So he made all this money based on like Kendall Jenner posting this orange square on her Instagram. Okay. So what does that say about us? Like, he had scams like when he started running out of money, he said, oh, well, you need a wristband while you're here so you don't have to bring wallets or money. So you need to load money onto this wristband.
So he made over $27 million.
Yes. He scammed all these people out of $27 million.
And you got people around here who can't sell 5 tickets to a show.
Thank you. And what was so funny, that after he got arrested, he decided he got arrested. He's about to be indicted. So he decides he's going to create another stream of income. So he takes that same list of people who are gullible enough to buy these tickets to this festival that the artists who were listed on the festival were not even promoting.
Oh.
So he decides, he takes this list and he sends them emails from a New York VIP Access saying, hey, you can buy 2 tickets to the Met Gala. Or you can buy tickets to... here, send X amount of dollars and get these discounted tickets to the Grammys. It was all things that you could Google it and see that you can't sell tickets to this. To go to the Met Gala, the whole list of invitees to the Met Gala have to be approved by Anna Wintour. So they don't have any spare tickets lying around for you to buy.
Right. Oh my goodness. But okay, so, I think right now, I guess in the day and time that we're in, people just put a lot of faith
into celebrities.
Like, I just,
girl, that's
for the
crazy.
life of me, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why I know they probably build up this trust factor of somewhat, or you see people on TV, and a lot of people just steady living their life vicariously through people on social media, and this. Which brought up a good point. I don't know if you saw this video, but there was a guy. I wish I could find it. He made a video saying, "What type of influencer are you?" Did you see that video where the guy was saying, "What are you influencing?" You're talking about how all the people just follow people for no reason. They really aren't really making any contribution really to society on a real level. But it's people that buy into this every day, and clearly through this, he didn't made $27 million. Like, that's the thing. His marketing plan probably is obviously so on point that it would have been he could have really made that much money probably and more had he really just did it the right way. Like, and really put the event together and got the bands or the artists. It would have been a great event because obviously people
were pumped about it.
He got them to spend $25,000 or $250,000. Who spends $250,000 on...
somebody that has more money than sense?
Yeah, clearly.
But think about it. Do you think that... okay, so we're not millennials. I'm Generation X. So I just don't see this happening, when I was in my 20s. I don't see I ain't really go... What am I... I don't know what celebrity could really influence me to buy something. Maybe Oprah. Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Michelle Obama doing a good job because they spending $500, $700 to see her on this book tour. But yeah, which because I wanted to go too, and so I was like, oh, it's $700. Okay, I'm just gonna have to catch it on. I'm just gonna have to watch all the YouTube videos because I'm not gonna be able to make that right now. But no, I would say okay. But it would have to be something legitimate. Like, okay, Michelle Obama's book tour. Yes, I can find value in that. If people buy stuff, sometimes people buy stuff just because they have the money to buy it, and other people do buy stuff based on value. Like they find value in whatever it is, and they spend tons of money on products, on stuff they probably, looking back, they might wish they never had. But they put that much stock in the people and let them, I mean, because Buddy was scamming. That was a straight scam. But it's almost like his mindset, like I say, he had the knowledge and the know-how to really pull it off. He just decided to do evil with his abilities. Because obviously it worked. His plan worked. Not only
to a point, it worked.
Yeah, it worked to a point. So not only if he had to really did the right thing and got the artist and saw the whole concert off
all the way through, yeah.
But here's the thing. So this is also about, this goes into really vetting people. Even as some of the influencers,
they didn't vet him at all. Or all you had to do was Google half this stuff.
Right. So they
Google the island where this was supposed to take place. But nobody checked behind him.
But I don't think people just don't do their research in general on stuff. Like on just basic stuff. People won't take the time. Like, I Google everything.
I'm sorry, I'm a black woman over 40. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing. I'm going to Google everything. I'm going to do a background check. Like, I'm going to research everything. So I don't... You can't get me with stuff like that. If it's too good, it seems too good to be true. It is.
And I will say this. I think in sometimes everything is not a scam, but you just should research it. You just make sure and find people that either have done business with the person or know the person or whatever. And sometimes there are good deals out there. You might just run up on a good situation, but take the time to make sure it is a good situation.
But even in projects that we go into, there's been times when we have gone into a project together, or you've gone into a project, and we always support each other no matter what we do. Right. And in business, the one time I didn't vet somebody properly, it bit me in the ass.
Yep.
And cost me money, and it was bad. It turned out horrible.
Yep.
And so, I think you did an event, and I was like, girl, what do we know about this person?
I know, right?
What do we know about him?
And it was too late.
And it ran off in the ditch.
Don't y'all just love her southern, what does she call it? Southern.
I am southern proper. My grammar is on point.
Look, I
have an accent, but my grammar is on point, girl.
It is. I never realized how deep it was.
Because you're used to it. You hear it every day.
I hear it every day. So now it's like, I really hear it now. But I love people with accents. Like, I love people from New Orleans. And especially when I lived in Abu Dhabi, like, a lot of people that have different accents. So one of my friends, he's from Zimbabwe. I just used to like just to hear him talk. Because it sounds interesting. But, that was off track. But no, I think that you're right. We have to vet people, especially when you become an influencer and you know that people do follow your every lead. It's part of your brand.
Yeah. So you can't be letting
knuckleheads
in the circle.
I want to know what Ja Rule say about all this. Like,
I don't understand how he didn't get arrested too. I don't understand that. I don't know if he said he didn't know or what. But maybe I gotta go watch the Hulu one too.
Gotta watch it.
Let's watch the Hulu later on.
Yeah, so
watch the Hulu documentary.
I wonder if he's gonna really tell the truth though. Like, it's kind of already out there.
Netflix one, he was like on a conference call, and they were like, "This is fraud," and he was like, "No, it's just false advertising."
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of fraud.
Well, while we're talking entertainment, let's move on.
I know, while we're talking about entertainment. So, my favorite rapper of all time just got released from prison. Y'all love me some DMX.
DMX is free, y'all.
DMX is free.
Wait, DMX got out the same day the government opened back up.
I know, right? Look, when I tell y'all, like, DMX is such a staple in my life. So when I was, I lived in Killeen, which is where Fort Hood is one of the largest military installations. And so when we would go to the club on Thursday night, so I had class on Thursday night. So when we got a break, I would go get my wristband and then go back to class. Then after class, I go take a nap because the club didn't close till like 3 or 4. So I could go take a nap. And Thursday night was strip night with strippers. So they would have female strippers and they have guy strippers. So Thursday night was strip night. City Lights. Shout out to City Lights in Killeen, Texas. So this was back in the day. So I would but we would get in the club and like we knew the DJ's like rotation because he never really changed it up. So I knew just about when to get there when DMX was coming on, and it was the Rough Riders song.
Stop.
Yeah.
Drop.
Right. That was like when that came on. That's when the night shifted. That was. So I knew. Look, I timed out. I was like get there. I knew about what time he was gonna play certain music because we had this rotation down to it. But DMX like was always he was the shifter in the night. When that song came on, we knew it was about to get live for the next 2 hours. But like I love DMX though. Like I've always been a DMX fan, so I'm happy that he's free. So hopefully he stays free. No, he's one of my he actually okay. So I don't really have a top five. I just have top 5 people that I like, not because they're great lyricists or anything, but DMX is in my top 5 rappers. No, because I just like he's just so I don't know it's more so his voice that I like.
He's motivational.
I know he's so motivational. He make you think. Look,
he gets you pumped.
I know. I think I might need to set my alarm to DMX in the morning. I might need to set my alarm to him in the morning because that raspiness and that voice make you like, all right, let me get my life together real fast. So I think I'm gonna have to do a DMX tribute today. Because my mother wants me to go to this bridal show with her. So when I'm in the car, I'm just going to bump DMX all the way.
That'll get you pumped.
To the bridal expo. I wish I was going for a real reason. One of the reasons that people go to bridal expos, but I'm just going to hang out with my mama.
Shout out to Blondell. We love her.
The B and B Michelle. So that for entertainment, shout out definitely to DMX. We're glad you're free. At least I am. I don't know. I mean, that's God's plan. That's how I see it. So I just want him to come out with some new music, or I don't know. He can really play all his old stuff. All I care and do. If he do a concert, I'm going. I'm like, I just need like really. We go back on tour. I'm going just for DMX.
Wait, who would be on the DMX tour? Who would be?
Okay,
He gonna dig up some Rough Riders. Well, who gonna be on the DMX tour?
Okay, who could? It could be DMX, LL. That'd be good. DMX and LL.
LL has moved on. He's
an
actor.
He's an actor now.
He's
okay, who I would want to see. So these are people that I would want to see. Now, if it really was, I don't know if somebody would put this show together, but hey, I'm going. So, I say we might as well bring Ja Rule along.
Wait, and we can get Wu-Tang. And we can have an old ODB hologram.
Yes. So DMX, Wu-Tang, and Ja Rule. That would be an interesting concert for sure. But I'm going totally for DMX just to hear all that raspiness.
Now, I don't really have any use for Ja Rule, so. I don't have no use for Ja Rule anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't really. Well, that was he and Ashanti had a concert, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's also when I think like 50 Cent bought all them front row tickets, so it would be empty.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy.
You know, they say women are petty, but that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that'll definitely be another topic we'll have to talk about. Who's pettier, men or women?
Dudes. I'm sorry,
you think
dudes.
So?
Yes, dudes are petty.
What else is happening in entertainment or
like,
our 90s music? Well, DMX is like, he's 90s. Yes, he's 90s, definitely 90s. Yeah. He's 90s, a little bit of 2000s. So yes, so love him.
All right, so,
I do.
So we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. So let's talk about what is your stop it for the week.
Okay, so we have 2 things to talk about, honestly. So
we do. So you want to go first, or you want me to go?
So here's my stop it for the week. So as a brand coach and somebody that works with small business owners in their brand and their image, Like, I just don't know how long I could take it with these crazy flyers with 500 colors. I want people to stop putting 500 colors in a ton of text on their flyers. People need to see if you want people to show up to your event or purchase whatever it is that you create or get some whatever information is, people need to be able to read the information. So the text has to be big enough on the flyer, and you cannot put a whole paragraph. And stick to the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, and why. Stick to the 5 W's and keep these oh my God! Every time I see one, I just cringe. Especially when people put them on their stories, like their Facebook stories, IG stories. Those are the worst places you can put a flyer with 5 colors and a whole bunch of little bitty text. Because once I see that, I'm no longer interested. And I think a lot of people probably look at, if it's too much and people got to do too much to figure out how to support you, they're not going to do it. So I want my entrepreneurs or who's ever my promoters, all of y'all out here that's making these flyers, keep them classy. Concise. Less is more. Yep. Just stop it. Stop it, okay? Putting a ton of text. Because think about your brand and think about whatever it is that you're promoting. You want people, number one, you want to engage people, and it's hard to engage people when they can't figure out what's going on. And then the other thing is you might want to so somebody had the wrong address on their flyer for an event here during Dream Week. So a couple people got lost. So one of the other things that definitely make sure you check and make sure you have the right address to your venue so people can show up to it. Now, their flyer looked amazing. So they had a great flyer. It just made me think that they had the wrong address on there. But stop it with these 500 colors on these flyers and this little bitty text. I can't take it anymore. And it's I want to say something, but I'm I can't. How do I tell them? Because, I just want to tell them from, just from the heart. Hey, you may not want to do X, Y, and Z. Because I wanted to come from a helpful place and not a criticism, condemning place. I want hey, I would love to probably come to this, but I can't figure out what's happening. And I'm not going to try to figure it out. So that's my stop it. What's yours?
All right. So as we talked about earlier, we are both single. And we're both very busy. And I'm a mother too. So I'm on a dating app.
And I am not.
You have been.
See how she just put me out there like that.
But I want to meet people outside of my circle. Okay?
Okay.
Because, as I said, we are only, I think we still 7%, but you said we more
of
the city. 10. And so it's a really small pond that we're all fishing in.
Yes, that is
true.
And
so I want to meet people outside of my social circle. So this week on my Bumble, I got swiped by Pastor Donovan. And he's got his collar on. I don't know what he's about. It said he's 238 miles away. I don't know what city that is. And if that's your pastor, please get your pastor off of Bumble. Hey, I can't take Pastor Donovan seriously now. I couldn't turn up to church on Sunday and the pastor.
No.
And I seen him on Bumble.
He's on Bumble for the same reason you're on Bumble. Don't be like that. The pastor need love too. He's trying to meet people outside his congregation.
I'm sure it's some first ladies in the congregation.
He don't want none of them.
It's in the singles ministry that he could get.
He doesn't want any of them. He's on Bumble for the same reason you're on Bumble.
Sorry.
He said,
"Look, some kind of way about Pastor Donovan with his collar."
Well, what do you want him to wear? Just a regular button-down polo shirt? Would you feel better if he had regular clothes?
And then put in your occupation, pastor.
It still don't make it. It still don't make it
girl,
any different. He's still a pastor.
Girl, look at that.
I know, but he letting you know up front.
Girl.
So here's that. So now, ladies, I see this is what we want to have our cake and eat it too. We want men to be honest and keep it 100 out the gate. But then when a man try to keep it 100 with you, this is what you do.
You say he keeping it 100.
He keeping it 100. Now,
you saying Pastor Donovan keeping it 100.
He keeping it 100. He got his collar on. He letting you know he's a man of God. He's a God-fearing man. He's somebody that you need in his life. He let you know already out the rip. He there for you. He will pray over you, lay hands, lay some other stuff if need be. So
sorry.
He just let you know out the rip that, hey, every woman talking about they want a God-fearing man. That's the first thing a woman say. What kind of man you want? Well, I want a God-fearing man. I want him to have this. Well, he letting you know he God-fearing. He got his collar on and everything.
I'm sorry.
You see how?
I can't.
She's single. So she out here being picky. She out here being picky.
So you think Pastor Donovan is my Boaz?
He might be your Boaz because you already done messed with broke ass and stupid ass. So I'm just saying, he might be your look. That's what I'm saying. He might be your Boaz in disguise.
No.
So him putting on a polo or a button down shirt is not gonna make his occupation change.
I'm sorry. I just feel
you should be mad for some other reasons, but I'm not gonna say nothing about the other reasons. So you should be mad that he on Bumble for I'm not gonna go there.
It's not Tinder. It's Bumble. It's a little different. It's a little better.
I'm not gonna go there with you. But so before we start the podcast, though, y'all gonna hear more about this Bumble. Just know this is only the beginning because her Bumble be off the chain. So we think that we should have talk about the singles ministry. I think we
have a singles ministry in my church.
Okay, so there is a real singles ministry, but when we talk about the singles ministry, it's not in a religious connotation.
So I think we should call it something else. What y'all think that segment should be called, y'all? Y'all think it should be called something else?
I think it should.
I don't want to insult my pastor.
No, we're not insulting the pastor. Singles ministry is more of like I told her, we don't have a leader. we just out here wilding. We're just out here trying to support each other in singleness and singledom. So I think the singles ministry, because we minister to each other. Like I just ministered to her and told her how she might need to give Pastor a chance. I'm just saying. I think the singles ministry but it's meant to be not a religious like connotation ministry. But I think the singles ministry, because I mean there's a lot of singles shenanigans that go on in the ministry. And sometimes sometimes we might have to come on in, bring it on to the altar.
We definitely need prayer.
The altar of happy hour. Our local bar happy hours. That's where the altar is at. So we meet every Friday.
See, this all sounds real sacrilege to me.
We meet every Friday at happy hour. So all the single ladies bring it to the altar for these $5 drinks or whatever. I'm just saying, I think but we can call it another name. But hey, let us know. You can send us an email. Hit us up on IG. Follow us on Instagram at A&B Conversation. I want to say it's A&B.
And BEE Conversation.
BEE Conversation. So they made us spell out the E because somebody had already took just the A and the letter B. So we have to spell out B like the insect. So hey, follow us on IG. Hit us up in the DM or comment on one of our posts. We'll put up something so you guys can comment on and let us know we should
let us know how we're doing, guys. I want to give a shout out to our friend Christian Agba of Echo PR and Bethany East PR. So this was something I always wanted to do, but she said that we needed to do it together because she felt like we needed to talk about being entrepreneurs in the city, being black and fabulous in the city, and being single and my mommy trials. And I'm gonna keep talking about my babies to a minimum. I know they sensitive, but they are really funny.
Yeah, your kids are hilarious though.
Yeah, so they're beautiful.
They are. Yeah. They are.
And they're really smart.
So
just let us know how we're doing and follow us. Yes. And thank you for watching.
So our last thing we're gonna talk about is See Your Way In. So this came over as we created the name A&B Conversation, see your way in, because back in the day you used to tell people this is A&B Conversation, so see your way out. Well, we want you to see your way in. So we definitely want to hear about the shenanigans in your life. If you're dating, how's that going? If you're an entrepreneur, we definitely want to hear. If you're an entrepreneur, ask us questions or just let us know, Tell us about your crazy clients, the situations y'all have going on. So you can definitely email us or, hit us up in our DMs. DM on IG. And so since it's our first episode, we'll be putting up the website and everything will be coming soon. So just Stay in touch. So I think this was fun.
This was fun. Best friend.
I know, best friend. I feel like we gotta do a best friend video. Because she always sending them to me. But they are funny though. For sure. So, without further ado,
we'll see you next week, y'all.
We'll see y'all next week for A&B Conversation. So, see your way in.